Hi everybody, it's Diana with Stamping with Di. Welcome to my YouTube channel and this week's Mimeograph Monday with a twist. And I'm going to do I think 4 projects today. And I'm going to do the Paper Pumpkin Farmhouse Florals. I ordered 2 of these kits because I knew, well, it's super cute. I did do this last week for, I believe it was my Di's shorts. And I said I would be doing some alternatives. So that's what we're going to do today. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Diana, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm in Santan Valley, Arizona. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do. If you are new, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. That way you don't miss anything. And during the video premiere, I'm in the chat room, so head on over there. That's I'll be with my friends. If you are watching the replay, you have a question or a comment, leave it below. YouTube will let me know, and then I can reach out to you. All right, so since we're going to work on a few projects today, I'm going to stop my blabbing so I can turn the camera and get started. So close your eyes just for a second. Okay, so here is the Farmhouse floral so you can see it a little bit better. Like I said, I got 2 of them so I can play around with it. So it did come with a spot, but I'm just going to use my Mama Pad of the Secret Sea, and I'm just going to do a few projects. So I'm going to do some cards at the beginning. Now I did not make the cards ahead of time, but my little 3D that I'm going to do at the end, I did play around with it a little bit. So the first couple cards, I just kind of pulled out some stuff from my stash. So these are the cards that it made. So this is what the kit makes, like for real, you know, if you follow the instructions and all that good stuff. Beautiful, beautiful cards. But I just wanted to play around with them a little bit. All right. So here's the first one. Like I said, I haven't made any of these, so I just kind of stuck some things in envelopes that I figure might look good. And so this here, I grabbed the Timeless Plaid 6x6, and I kind of wanted it to almost look like it was like wallpaper, or you know, the siding of the house or what have you. But I wanted to put a little you know, designer series paper, so I just picked that because I thought this looked really cute together. These colors looked really fun. So I'm just going to put this on here. This even looks cute, right? With that would you call that, checkered, right? I guess you would call it a checkered background. So I'm just going to put this on here. And I did do a little piece for the inside for this card. I don't think I did it for all of them. And in this way I'll have that, this card will be all the way done. And I can just put a little note. I can use it as a thank you card. Oh, I need to make my phone. It's underneath, so I apologize. It's underneath paper. All right. So cut this and just stick that on the inside. And then what I did was I just cut a bunch of die shapes for my greetings. So I'm just going to stick this in there. And I'm going to pop this up. So cute. All right, so just in my dimensionals. And this did come with dimensionals, but I'm just using what I have on hand here at my desk. Okay. All right. And then this is just the envelope. All right. Now I have all these little dies. Now these come from, so this is the more messages. So what I did was, because I cut the card in half that this came from, and I just put it on there. Well, actually not this one. I lied on that one. But this one is just regular paper. I did that on the other one, where I used that same die. And this is just a fun one because then you can just kind of have all these little pieces around that you can, you know, if you need a little greeting, you know, you have all these different shapes. So this stamp set, it comes with a lot of, I think that I like that "You Are Loved." And let's see what that will fit on. I mean, because, I mean, now I could use the ones that come with the kit as well, but I just kind of wanted to play around with this little die. Ooh, it'll go on here really cute, and then I can maybe trim it. Or what would it look like down here? Nope, I'm going to put it here. All right, so my secret C. Just going to put that on there. And I'm going to grab some bling. I'm just going to grab some bling while that's drying. All right. So I think I kind of like that across there. I'm going to put that on with dimensionals too. And then I'll just trim. So I'll just do my edges. So we talked about Paper Pumpkin the other day, that Paper Pumpkin is a subscription service that comes every month, and you can get as many as you want. You can, like with this one, I knew I was really going to like this one, so I upped it, so I got 2. Because we usually see a little sneak peek. So I need to go in there and you know, make sure I go back to 1. And so see, look how cute that is. But you can also skip. Like you might see a little sneak peek and you go, oh, I have enough Christmas cards, or maybe it's Halloween, you don't do Halloween, or whatever. You can always go in there and skip it. But you have to, in order to get refill kits, you do have to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. All right, so I just grabbed the antique pearls because I think these might look cute. Just kind of around the card a little bit, because this kind of looks antique-y. Stick that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe there. Oh, I really need to make my phone be quiet. Sorry about that. Oops. I keep pushing that Gemini person. All right, I pushed the wrong button. Oh, okay. So look how cute and simple that was. Now, you could even take your Wink of Stella. Let me get my Wink of Stella, because I'm going to pull my camera down just a tad so you can see a little bit better. There you go. I'm going to take my Wink of Stella, and I'm going to put a little Wink of Stella in the panes of glass so they kind of shine a little bit. So it really looks like glass is back there. And maybe a little bit here where there's a little water in that mason jar. All right, let's see if you can see that. See? Doesn't that look cool? Where the light catches it. So that one was fairly simple. And I love that plaid back there. We've been watching, you know, we're big fans of Outlander, and now they have Outlander, Blood of My Blood, and it's the parents of the Outlander people. Like, so it's pretty cool. But that kind of reminds me of the plaid that Jamie wears. Or sometimes he doesn't wear it. Hubba, hubba, hubba. All right, now these are, so I grabbed these cards. So these are the textured stripes, mix and match cards and envelopes. And these are the 4 1/4 by 6 1/4, I believe, size envelopes. So these will let you make a little bit bigger card. Now you can trim them down. If you go, oh, I don't need a big card like that, you can trim them down and still use the envelope. It'll fit in there. Or you can put them in a different envelope. It's totally up to you. All right, so this time I want to play with the typewriter. So again, here is the original card for the typewriter. And I wanted to use this because it has blue, and I thought it would go really well with this. So I'm going to set it off to the side because I'm going to put, now this is the one that when I cut the card in half, this is where it's this paper. So this is the other part of that card. So it's got that texture to it, that texture and the little speckles. Because I'm going to put this over here. All right. So let's see here. So we're going to still do our little note thing. Okay. All right, so let's put this on here. I'm getting a little squirrel. Because like I said, I didn't do these ahead of time. So I'm just kind of making them on the fly. I just was like, well, this goes good together. Let's just see how that works. All right. So, again, I'm going to put this off to the side. And I cut it with the perennial postage die. I thought that was perfect, right? Because it's got the postage, you're typing a letter. I thought that was cute. All right, and I'm just going to put this right on here. I did not stamp across it. I mean, I could, but I've already stuck it on there, so it's a little bit too late for that. All right, so I have this that goes in here. Let's see, do I have any of these that might look cute? Nope. I'm just going to use the one that it came with. All right, so we want the just a note. Okay. And then that's going to go in the typewriter. So you were typing that letter. I did some antique shopping last week, and in fact, that's what will be for my Teach Me Tuesday video tomorrow. So you're going to want to make sure that you come back for that. But there was a typewriter in there. I'm like, oh, do I buy a little typewriter? You know, but I didn't. I didn't. I'm like, can you even get ribbons anymore for that? Would I even use it? Would I just sit it around for display? And then when I'm gone, Eric just looks at all this stuff that I've collected over the years and going, what was my mother even thinking? All right. So there is that. It's going to go on here. And our little flowers. So little dimensional. And put a dimensional here. So that's kind of similar how I did it before. I might put some bling on this one too. Now I didn't do anything on the inside of this one yet. All right, so let's see what other greetings come with this set. So we have, so that one says just a note. So it kind of already has a greeting there, but I really kind of want to put that there with something. Or I can take it and just trim this, boop, and then just leave the card as it is. So many choices. Okay, so what does this say? Just a note. Oh, I thought this had XOXO. Oh, it has for you. It has, oh yeah, you are loved. Oh, maybe I'll stamp that. You think I can stamp that on there without wrecking it? Just a note. I'm going to put it here. You are loved. And then I'm going to take it over and I'm just going to cut. I think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to cut this. So I just trimmed it. So I like that. I like that. And it will still, I'll still be able to put it in that envelope so the envelope will still match. That's cute. So I didn't change that super much, but it looks different because you have that blue card underneath there. All right. Then these textured notes also come with red. So I wanted to play with the red. And since the bag had red flowers in there, I thought that was perfect. And again, I didn't do anything on the inside of this one. All right. Now this time I cut this with the new die that's coming, and it's called Branching Out. This is going to be a go-to. I might end up buying another, even though I don't believe I bought the stamp set that goes with this. I think I'm just going to buy another. Well, maybe now I'll get the bundle. I am so changeable. Maybe I will now get the bundle so that down the road, if it retires and I sell it, I do have the full bundle. But till then, I'll have 2 of this dies. So when I'm doing stuff for class, I can run 2 at a time. So yeah. So see how changeable I am? I think that's a woman's prerogative. All right, so I have this, and then I have all of these, and I'm thinking it kind of looks cool down here almost, right? Because it kind of makes you think of like you're at an art gallery, and this is the name of the art. So I also have notes and totes because I'm going to use this for my 3D one. So this one might be kind of cute. Newsflash, you're fabulous. Or exclusive. This is why you should do a sample first, Diana. All right, so I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna put newsflash because I think that might look cute. Who knows? Might look weird. All right. I just grabbed a photopolymer so I can see through it. Because what else did this come with? Because remember it came with that extra stamp set. Let's see. Let's see before I stamp it. Oh, maybe that's what I should do now that I've inked that up. I think I'm going to use the extra stamp set that it came with. And see, that's too short for there, but Ooh, will that fit on there? Because that one says always here for you. Or there's this one. Always here for you kind of fits better. Because it doesn't have as much hangy down stuff. Alright, so I have a whole bunch of those die cuts. So if this doesn't work, I'll just pick a different one. So this might be a little bit better. Always here for you. That might make a little bit more sense. Let me get one that has that, has the little flex on it. So always here for you. See? That's cute. Probably made more sense than newsflash. All right. And I'm gonna stamp, because we have this cute little tag, so I still want to put that tag on there. So let's find this little tiny, so I can lose it later, stamp that says XOXO, and I'm going to put XOXO on the tag. And I'm going to come close to here because I'm going to trim it a little bit. So it's not as long. All right. So now I'm going to put this here instead because I have my "You always here for you." And I could even have stamped on there now that I think about it. I could have actually stamped the greeting right on there. But this is kind of cute. Just off to the side, like that. We'll put our little bag on. We'll put our little 3D bag. Think that's enough dimensionals on there? Okay. Drop that on there. And again, I didn't stamp the little bars on there. Okay, let's just stick this to the card. All right. 1, 2, 3. So did you like this? Like when you saw the little sneak peek, did you up your paper pumpkin for this one? Or not? Maybe this will make you decide like, oh, I hope there's refills. All right. So I'm just going to stick this on here. And I'm going to put it down a little bit, maybe. I'm going to put it down a little bit. Because I can always trim that like I did the other one. Alright, so we're going to put our little "Always Here for You." And I'm going to take a couple little dimensionals and I'm going to stick them like this, so they're like under here as well, but it's going to hold this, but then it's not way over here because I want it to be contained in the card. And it's a little floppy woppy, so I'm just going to put a little green tip glue underneath there, and that will just kind of make that not be so loosey-goosey. All right, so let's see here. I have a handle. Let's see if that's going to be too big for that. So I'm going to put a little bit on the handle. too. Because I'm going to put that little whatchamacallit, tag. So I'm just cutting my dimensionals. All right. So this was fun, just to kind of play around with the alternatives or whatever, but the 3D one, I guess I call it a 3D. It's super fun, so I'll do that next. All right, so we'll put our little handles on. Let's put our flowers on. I don't want to lose my tag. Okay. And then my tag is going to be down here. All right, so we have some twine. So it came with twine. So I'm just going to loop it like I did before. And then we'll tie it on our bag. So I thought it was fun to use that Notes and Totes stamp set because this is a tote. All right, so I'm just going to tie a bow. It's got all this curly movement going on there. Get my little tag out of there. And then that's just going to hold it in place there. There we go. And then we can put our flowers on, and I'll probably put some bling on this one too. I might actually, did I put bling on this one? I didn't, so I'm going to bring this one back and I might put the same kind of bling. Now I'm putting my flowers on, not necessarily covering the same ones, so that I have a little bit more height. Since I've got this up here. Cool. All right, so let's put some bling on both these. So we have, that's not bling, that is dimensionals. All right, so let's put, and I don't know if I'm going to trim this. I kind of like that little bit of a bigger space there. Kind of draws your eye up. Let's see, do I want to put, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there's that one. So here is like the original one. But I like that pop of red because it makes these red flowers stand out, right? Because when you look in here, it's the same card, but to me, it looks like the red flowers show up more. All right, so there's that one. And then let me put a little bit of bling on this one, and then we'll get to our 3D one. So I'm just going to use the same bling on all of them, I think. Okay, that just added a little bit, filled in some of the blank area. All right, so let's get to the 3D one. So for my 3D one, we're going to make like a little note, like a little magnet note you can put on your refrigerator. So you can put in notes in it, you can do groceries, you know, whatever strikes your fancy. And then I'm also using the Extraordinary Flora. So what I did was I just took some of, because I found some of the, let me get it, some of this because I had bought this, oh, it was on clearance 100 years ago. So I have some of this, so I still use it every once in a while. And this is a Naturals white, and this is what this cardstock reminded me of, with the little speckles. So what I did was I cut a piece of, so I had a little bigger piece. And then what we're going to do, we're going to make a little cover for our notebook. So what I did was when I cut the paper for here, I just put, this is that washi tape, that Flora washi tape. So I just, you know, covered it on here. Then you take your Extraordinary Flora die and you put it on, and it cuts out all of these flowers. So we're going to use those as well. All right. So let's start this. Now I did stamp on here. Let me get some scrap paper. All right, so I'm going to use the okay, so I'm going to use, so this is using my second pack. All right. Only because I made one ahead of time. If I didn't make one ahead of time, I didn't need the second pack. All right. So if you like are doing what I'm doing. All right. So we have our little note doohickey. All right. So I am going to do the little this right here this time with the Secret C. And I love this because you can really get it to line up, like really, really easy. So I'm going to kind of stamp it up here. And then all you do is look and you can line it up so it just keeps continuously going. So I'm going to put a third one. Okay, because I'm going to put the little bag here. And I want my little Toussé. So I'm going to put my little Toussé down here. Okay. And then from the notes and totes, I grabbed just a note. And then that's going to go up here. Okay. And I think that's all I'm stamping. Because now we just kind of put our card together. Now, because I don't have this bag underneath here, right, like before, I don't have a bunch of flowers up here like if you did the card. Now, if you wanted, you could trim the card down, but the card is shorter. You know what I mean? Like, so if you did, because I just, you know, I go to, I don't know if they still do it because I have done these forever ago, but these are just regular 5x7, I think, notepads, and then Staples cut them in half. Like I said, I don't know if they do that anymore. If they do, you could always maybe either order shorter ones and then the card would fit, like, but this is long. Does that make sense? Hope I'm making sense. All right. So we're just going to set that stuff aside before I lose it. All right, so we're gonna put our basket on here, or our bag, our tote, and I'm going to kind of keep my little dimensionals. I don't want to put any up here, so I'm able to stick my flowers down the edge, because we're going to fill our basket once we get it on the card. All right, so I'm just going to put that on there. And then we have our cute little handles. So put a little skinny one along there. There. Okay. I haven't even played with my notes and totes. Can you believe it? And it makes the cutest little tote bags. I'll have to keep that out and do a video. All right, so I've got my little handle on there. I'm going to do the same little, with the twine, the same little thing, but this one's just going to say hello. I love making the little refrigerator. Oh, I put my, closed my pad. I love making the little refrigerator thingies. They're a great little gift to give people. They're, I'm going to do the same thing as I did before. I'm going to trim this a little bit. They're just a fun little, like, you have new neighbors or just a thank you or whatever. But they make just a fun, easy little gift. And you can really make them any size. And I just get the magnets. I have them in my my favorite things on my blog over here. And if you just click on that and then go to the Amazon store, you can see these ones, because they're little bendable, and then they've got the sticky on the back. Sometimes some of them I've gotten where the sticky's not as sticky as other ones, and then I just have to use my own glue, which is not a big deal. But let's see, I'm going to trim this just a tad, and then put that on there. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to fill my little tote with a whole bunch of different flowers. So I have the Flora ones from the washi tape. I also have some that came with this kit. It really depends on how full you want your bag. All right. Now before I fill my bag, I'm going to bring this over. So this is the cover for this. Now I did score that a little bit, because this is going to go on here and I want to be able to lift it. So what I do is I just kind of like put this on here. Now I'm going to be bad. I'm not going to give any measurements because this is for this pad. So it depends on what pad size you have. So just use what pad you have. You might have a big one, a fat one. If your Staples person doesn't cut them in you know, the right size. So anyways, but this is just how I did it. So it's easy to recreate. So I just put that on here. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my hand and I'm just going to bend that around. So I just bend it around that book. And then I'm going to bring it over. And then I'm going to like score it better. But this tells me where to score it. But now I can make sure I line up my edges here. Because this was just my guide. Like, okay, this is where this needs to be. Whoops. This is where it needs to be. And then this one needs to be here. So now you have this, which will wrap around the book. Well, it's not a book, but the notepad. So now it just wraps around there like that. All right, so let's glue this on. I'm going to scoot this over a little bit. I did cut it a little bit wider because I wanted to have a little bit more space for my bag. All right, so that's just going to go there. So all I'm going to do is take my green tip glue. Let me scoot down. Dang it. Dang it, dang it. Dang me, hang me. What was that song? I don't even know who sang it. All right, hold on a minute. Gotta get this back. I need to come down so you can see. Scoot, scoot, scoot. All right, there we go. Can you see now? But I'm just putting it on here, and I'm not going all the way to the edge because it is a little longer. All right, and then we're just gonna glue that to here. And then just kind of, you know, go like this with your hand. Give that a good crease. All right. And then, while this is gluing, we can put our magnet on. So I just trimmed these the size I need. So let's see if this is a good sticky one. Because like I said, some of them, the adhesive, yep, this is a strong one. If not, you can just add adhesive. And now this goes on the back, which will also keep this on here as well. All right, I'm going to flip it over. And then this is why I have this, so that I can go like this when I want to write a note. So you can see I glued it a little crooked there, but that's okay. All right, so I also want to put a little green tip on here as well. All right. So then this is going to get glued right to there. And then we will fill our little bag tote with our flowers. So this just gets glued on here. Okay. And then I cut the envelope, because remember the envelope has this little pattern on the back, and I wanted to put something up here. So I just cut that so I could just decorate that. You could stamp it, you know, you could put another piece of this, you could put flowers. It's totally up to you. I just wanted it not to be naked up there. So I just put that on. I could put a little flower. All right, so now we can decorate our little basket. So we have, now I just have all sorts of colors here. Because when you do the washi tape, it goes from purples to blues, like it changes the color. So I'm just gonna kind of like stick my, you know, I mean, I'll glue them, but I'm just kind of layer things in there. Okay, so I'm gonna put these on with dimensionals. Let's see if I can find my baby ones. Here they are. All right, so we're just gonna put some dimensionals on here. And then this is why when I put the bag on, I kept my dimensionals just on the edge so I'm able to stick my flowers in there. And we're just going to build our little purse to give it have some little green stuff going on so that our flowers this is kind of like our filler. You know, when you go to the floral or whatever and then they put filler stuff in your basket, that's what this stuff is. We're just filling the basket up. Okay. And then we'll put our flowers. But the washi tape, if you haven't, because I think it comes and goes, right? I want to say you can sometimes get it, you sometimes can't, but you can get a lot of flowers out of there. So I would do the same thing like I did. Here's all my little bits and bobs from that More Message. So I've got flowers in here. So I just kind of have this sitting on my desk and I can just grab from it if I need a little something something. All right, so that looks cute. I feel like I work in a nursery or something. All right, now I want to put a little rose down here to make it look like that fell out of the bag. So I'm just going to put that there so it just looks like it fell out of the bag. And then we can just start putting things in here. I think I do it different every time. All right. Get out of there. Because I've got a rose. That's kind of cute. Got rose. There's this one too. Ooh, I actually like that. All right, so I'm going to have this kind of tumbling out of the bag. Now I'm kind of hiding that I put there, but that's okay. So since this is going to go on a fridge or something, you can have it be as bulky as you want, right? Now, of course, if you're mailing it, you'll have to put something, put it in a special envelope there. I moved it a little bit so you can still kind of see that. This one, that's just a different color. But I had these, so I'm going to use these too because these are the ones that come with the kit. So I might stick that there because they have that same kind of feel as the bag. So I do want to use them as well. Cute. And then just keep looking. Like you don't want it to be too crazy. See my glue dot. Now you have to be careful because the glue dots, that washi tape, oh, it sticks to my finger, it's kind of slick. So the glue dots don't like to stick to it super good. All right, do I need any more? I don't think I need any more. I might just put that back there. I'll just trim it. Put a little sunflower back there. Yeah, I think so. All right. Put a little sunflower back there. Put some bling. Cute. All right, and then I have all of these flowers. Could have put that on there too. She didn't know when to stop. She just kept adding flowers. See, it doesn't like that washi tape. All right, there we go. So just keep that in mind. I probably should have used the green tip glue. All right. Put that all up there. We'll put it in my little container. All right, so let's put some bling and we'll call it a day. All right, so we have, and I'm just using the same antique pearls. Cute. Do I want to put one up on here? You just don't want it, see if it, you want to be able to open this. So don't have it hanging down. But that might be cute. Let's put that on there. And then we'll really be done. So just keep it above that score. Oh, that looks cute. That looks cute. All right, so here's the one I did ahead of time. So it looks different too because I used some of the different colors on in the flowers. So it gives it a different, different feel, but they're super fun, and I put that little flower. I might have to put a flower up there. So this is what we did today. So this was the original, and then this was the twist. This is the original, and then this was the twist. And this is the original, and this is the twist. So super cute kit. All right, so let me say, see you later, alligator. Super fun, right? Oh my gosh, so I'm just gonna have so much fun just sitting here and making all these cards. So if you got this one, let me know. If you like it, if you played with it. Everybody's taste is different, right? Like some people are like, oh, I have enough flowers or whatever. But so anyway, so I'm going to stop blabbing, and I will see you tomorrow for my Teach Me Tuesdays. Now remember, I'm taking you antique shopping with me, so make sure you head back for that. If you have any questions, make sure you let me know. Otherwise, that will be tomorrow, 3 o'clock, Arizona time, same channel. Have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Bye for now.